Joao has made his choice. We get some repeat guests on the boat this time, and everyone's opening up, some in a good way, some in a really bad way. It's Below Deck Med, guys. Let's do it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Panic at the Deco.
Yes.
And we have the death of a bachelor on our boat.
This is true.
So I kind of feel like
Joao.
it's perfect. Mr. Joao, no longer a bachelor. He has made his choice, guys. What's up? I am Laura L. Thomas, and we are going to chat about Below Deck Med halfway through the season. And to my left, I got a lovely co-host.
Hey, everyone. I'm Heather Geisler.
Hi, Heather Geisler.
Hello.
We're missing our girl Kaylee tonight. Yes. She's off doing some fancy things, but we'll have her back next week. Yeah. What do you think of this episode, girl?
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of fun moments. A lot of illness in this episode. A lot of sound effects that weren't so great. And I was very surprised at the whole panic attack situation. So
well, we'll definitely
excited to get into that. Yeah,
for sure. With Hannah having a panic attack and seemingly for good reason.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. I think this was I think it was a fun episode. It's really interesting to see these relationships starting to kind of form alliances almost.
Right.
I feel like it's like splitting the boat down the middle.
Yeah,
in
definitely.
a lot of ways. So yeah, that's
I don't
crazy.
feel like there's been that many relationships, like seemingly strong relationships, like legitimate.
Well, yeah, because we've had a love triangle, and now we've had like a really solid, clearly relationship, and now we're forming like more relationships. But then Colin gets hurt, his feelings hurt because he's left in the dust, and Casey gets her feelings hurt because she's left. I don't know. It's just it's a whole thing.
Incest. Too much incest.
Yeah, and actually, Miss Jamie gets some action on this.
Yeah, she does.
Episode tonight too. So everybody's
unexpected action.
Girl, we will talk about that. But yeah, so let's just chat really fast about the kiss. Which kicked off our episode tonight. So Mr. Joao has made his choice after weeks and weeks and weeks of flirting with both Casey and Brooke. He has now, although he was alluding that Casey was his girl, he has now sealed it with a kiss with Brooke, and they are hot and heavy.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he stuck with it this episode, because I was really I think my prediction last week was that Joao and Casey would still hook up.
Yeah.
Which clearly that's not going to happen, because him and Brooke, they seem like a couple now. Almost like Hannah and Conrad.
Oh, they are like, they went from like 0 to 100 in 0 time flat.
I mean, it's kind of cute. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cute when they were paddleboarding together. Everyone's hating on them, but
I feel like if I were on the boat, I would probably be more like the Team Hannah kind of. I'd be a little annoyed by it, but then
what can you do?
How can you be annoyed by young love?
Right.
You know.
But yeah, Casey was definitely blindsided and taken aback. But I don't feel like she even broached the situation. Like, she just kind of stepped back. Same with Colin. They both really were like, okay, well, this is happening, and what can we do about it, essentially?
I love that Casey's revenge was to flaunt her goods on the deck of the boat while, like, she called Grandma Brooke over there with her one piece
also,
on.
one pieces, though, are very in.
Oh,
they
totally.
are just as hot as a two piece. So
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
she's
totally
jealous.
agreed. Totally agreed.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, like, I think a lot of that was editing, because it did kind of look like.
You're so right.
Her suit did not look like it was one of the sexier suits or whatever. Because Hannah had one on a bathing suit too, and it was like very curvy.
Yeah, I was like, where'd you get that?
Yeah, it's really cute. Hannah, let us know where you got that bathing suit. But they, I like that she kind of got her revenge by just like flaunting her goods.
Passive aggressive revenge.
Hey, girl, you got to do it.
Yes.
And then, of course, Mr. Colin gets sidelined as well. I didn't realize that he had as strong a feelings for Brooke.
Especially when he was here as well the other week. You know, he definitely downplayed everything, but maybe he just thought, you know, she was someone he was the most attracted to on the yacht. And then once Joao really swept in and took over, then Colin was like, okay, well, there's no one here for me. So.
And here's my question. Do you think Colin is just like an eternal friend zone guy? Like, can't you see that about him? Just like constantly being the guy that's like totally friend zoned.
I don't know. I would hope not, because I really like Colin. So
I like him too. I like him so
I don't
much.
see. There's someone out there for Colin. There is.
I don't know. Maybe
Definitely.
it's Jamie.
I know. I do like their relationship. It's cute.
Really, I don't know. I bet they kind of have like a brother-sister thing going on. But, no, I like Colin so much. And I liked him so much when he came in and chatted with us here. He's just... hang in there, Colin, because like the right one is so there. It's just happening. I just love him. So I don't know.
I totally agree.
I felt bad for him when he told his story about his friend in college that took his girl home. Then he brought her to the party. I was like, poor guy.
I know.
He's having a hard time at it.
The sad visual.
And then also I want to know about the bunking situation on this boat. So we constantly see everybody like canoodling into their bunks. Is it awkward?
I can't keep track.
I know. It's like who's sleeping where? But so like Hannah and Conrad are constantly bunking up together, and I think Hannah and Brooke share a bunk.
Yeah.
Is it Hannah and Brooke, and then Casey and Jamie? That's right, I think. So if you're Brooke, and they're on top, I mean, does that get weird? I would imagine, like,
definitely,
it's as big as this coaster.
But now Brooke has a mate as well.
Right. So then is Joao coming in there and we're just going to do like a foursome in there?
Everybody's just going to swap places.
I don't know. I just get really like...
I feel like the other crew, though, definitely have become accustomed to it because, you know, like Adam goes in and hits Hannah when they're having a little moment, Conrad and Hannah, and, you know, he's just kind of...
Well, and you're right. I mean, it's one of those things where like you're on that boat. It's so, again, size of a coaster, like a tiny space that you're having to share with all these people, which makes a lot of sense about the anxiety attack that we see Hannah have a little later on. There's nowhere to go. Yeah. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to go. You're constantly running into someone else.
Yeah, discretion kind of goes out the window.
It
does.
You just have to
do it where you can.
I guess that's one way to get really close to people. So I don't know. I mean, it's been a really interesting time to see all of these relationships forming and how they've been. And then obviously like how they're forming an alliance on friendships. Now, since Joao and Brooke have decided to become an item, Brooke now wants Hannah to be okay with that relationship. Hannah is not having it, obsessing over it, as Conrad actually pointed out, that she's kind of like, you know,
she can't let it go.
But she did make a point. She said, you know, that he's now had 2 strikes against her, in terms of like the times that they've gone out and he's attacked her, and she's just, you know, if it gets to a 3rd point, I'm done. Like, I just can't do it anymore. So I kind of like that she drew that line in the sand. I can see the tensions building between those 3. I think as we move on, I don't know. What do you think about Hannah and Brooke and their...
Yeah, I actually made a note about Hannah saying, well, if if you're with Joao, then, you know, essentially like, don't talk to me, don't come around me, like I don't want to be with you either, kind of guilty by association, which I do think is too strong.
Right.
But when they're out and having fun together, you know, they can all choose, you know, where they want to be. That, you know, Hannah doesn't have to be around them, and same goes for them as well. So, but when you're on the boat, I think they all need to maintain that professional relationship.
Right. Which is easier said than done.
Yeah, definitely.
I can only imagine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially with such close quarters and sharing rooms and everything. But I think it's for a valid reason. Hannah's holding this against Joao, and, you know, Brooke is being a little soft and passive, and Hannah just doesn't like that. So,
you know, she says that she is drawn to the bad boy. I mean, she constantly needs to be, Brooke, that is drawn to the bad guy. She wants to be the person that she feels can change them.
Yes, she said wants to change them and make them a better person.
Which is admirable, but girl, a leopard don't change its spots.
Yeah, you can't be that person.
I don't know. I guess, well, a little tease later, we see a lot of their relationship coming up in our news section. So you want to make sure you stick around for that. And also, you guys, just as a quick note, at AfterBuzz, our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows. We got dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. Truly, there is no network that works harder to serve television fans, but we need your help. We are asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow, which is all we want.
Exactly.
And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't worry, because they are optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out our AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know that you did so in the comments, and we will thank you right here on the show. For now, thank you so much for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and we do have our live chat going up tonight too. So we've got Hi Sky. Sky's jumping back into the live chat after some time off because of a job change. So thanks for jumping back in. Dan, obviously, we love you. Thank you so much. Dan is not a big fan of Joao. Thinks Joao is a jerk.
Yep.
Which I think
seems to be the general consensus.
I'll agree with that. Yep. Although we do see a little soft side of Joao, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And then Dan also says, I do see Hannah point Joao said, he says, I see Hannah's point. Joao said really horrible stuff towards Hannah, and if I were in her shoes, I would not want to be near him either. So I think the consensus is kind of that it's that Hannah is validated in her feelings towards this whole thing. But well, let's just touch really fast before we jump into kind of the juicy stuff. So we have some repeat guests that we bring back to the boat.
Hashtag no onions.
Hashtag no onions. And it seems like Adam has learned his lesson in that regard. So thank goodness.
His rebellion phase is put on hold for now, at least.
Like, takes all of the onions out of the drawer and dumps them in the trash.
I also was like, you could just save that for the next charter, right?
I admire a man who just like goes all in because he wants there to be
he doesn't trust himself with those onions.
And there's a fair point. There's a fair point. And then also we have about 150 bottles of Grey Goose on board, which we learned from Hannah.
That is what? I can't even imagine
Why am I not on that boat?
It wouldn't even fit on this desk.
Can you imagine?
No, I cannot imagine. Are they like the small little tiny ones? Because
oh my gosh.
How many days are they going to be on that boat?
Well, they went through 8 bottles in one day last year. So I can only imagine what
that's incredible.
This charter is gonna bring.
Yeah.
And it seems like already Kenny is kind of testing the waters again and pushing his limits, if you will, and kind of requesting an impromptu beach lunch. Yeah. Which I guess if you're paying all that money, like you can kind of request whatever you want. Right.
And I've never requested a beach lunch before, but if I did and I was thinking about that, I wouldn't think it would be so much work that they actually have to do. Right. I would literally think like he did, just put some chairs and a table and just bring out the food to us. Well, so we don't see or they don't know exactly how much goes into it.
I know that they know that Hannah is not feeling well, which we'll talk about in a minute. They don't know that they have Jamie down. So they don't know that they're down 2 stews. And
Jamie's a deckhand.
I'm sorry, she's right. Jamie, forgive me.
Apologize now.
Jamie, I'm so sorry. So they're down a deckhand and a stew.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I will never make that mistake again. I am so sorry. But alas, they're down 2 crew members, which really kind of handcuff them in a lot of ways. But if you see Captain Sandy and you see Conrad, they do such a good job of just being like, yeah, whatever you want. Oh, totally easy. That's not bad at all. We got this. And then freaking out behind the scenes. So
I guess that's what you're paying for.
It is. That's what I would want people. But that's why I would not feel as bad. I would be like, oh no, let's just go set it up on the beach. Like that'd be really lovely. Let's do that. Yeah. And then I wouldn't even think that would be a big request. Right. So
I guess we'll see how that goes.
And they say that they're easy. So we'll see how easy they are as a group of guests. Before we jump into kind of the juicy stuff tonight, just make sure that you, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure that you hop on over to iTunes after this as well and give our podcast version a nice little thumbs up 5-star rating and leave a comment there too. We are actually we have separated Below Deck and Below Deck Mediterranean. So make sure you search for Below Deck Mediterranean because we got our own show, y'all.
Yes.
You know. So, and like, let us know what you think. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, I don't know, feedback.
And always come and live chat with us.
Yes, please hop in on that, guys. We love anywhere you find your podcast. We would love for you. And you can go and listen to it later. You know, listen to it on your car ride home or to work tomorrow or all of that fun stuff. And then hop into our live chat as well because we got that going.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about this day off that the crew gets, which is, so the owner of the boat gives them a nice, really lovely day off where they get to kind of feel like the guests feel.
So envious of that catamaran they were on.
Oh, I know. Oh, the whole thing looked pretty remarkable. And I think it's really cool that they get an opportunity to have their like...
be on the other side of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. And... this is kind of post kiss, so Joao has made his choice. Hannah and Conrad are still going strong, so it's kind of a weird first day there.
Yeah, like Joao and Brooke are just out immediately. Like they're not 100%. Even trying to hide, which I mean, good for them, but it did happen quite fast.
Well, he did say that once he makes his choice, once he makes his decision, he's like all committed, and I would 100% agree with that. Yeah. He is committed to Miss Brooke, so much so that he opens up a little bit about his past in Zimbabwe, which was really actually kind of heartbreaking. A lot of the stories that he told about, you know, his mother and some of the abuse that she faced right in front of him while she was pregnant, and I think he was about 16 years old, and it was really touching for me to see him open up about that, and you can tell that it really clearly affected him. I am hesitant to say too much about it because part of me kind of just wonders like the timing of it all. Like, I don't know. It like, is it a little forced? Is it a little, or is it just simply him?
Why now though? Timing because he's with Brooke, or? Yeah,
I think because, okay, he hasn't made a lot of friends.
No.
Up until this point. So now he's got one friend.
Yeah.
and
girlfriend.
It's all in one. I don't know. I mean, I guess I just
shopping.
Well, hey, if the shoe fits. I guess I just wonder, like, I don't question the genuine nature of him telling her all of this personal information, but it's very quick, very fast in a time when he doesn't have a lot of friends, like a whole lot of people rooting for him on the boat.
Maybe he just needed one person to confide in, and they all did say they drank so much that night. Right. So with alcohol involved, specifically when it came to Hannah and Conrad made the point, you know, we're not going to get anywhere with all this alcohol, you know, in our systems or whatever. So I kind of feel like that was the same thing. Joao was looser, you know, it came up somehow, and I feel like he was putting on a facade this entire time and trying to be this brave macho guy. And then now he kind of crumbled a little bit and opened up to Brooke, and I thought it was really sweet when she was comforting him, and to me it definitely seemed genuine. I see your point about it, the timing wise, but maybe he just, you know, he wanted to pretend to be this other kind of guy when really, you know, he's hurting inside. That's actually a really interesting point, because I feel like a lot of the time, and we do this in a lot of life, and I think we're kind of getting into this moment in this episode where we can really talk about a lot of people who, a lot of our crew, and obviously like us as humans, you know, we wear a mask every day, you know, we like kind of put on our face, and we're just like, you're not going to see the worst parts of me today. Yeah. And I think we saw a couple of our really strong cast members take their mask off for the first time in this episode. Yes, and, very true.
And so that's a really, really good point about Joao, because up until this point, I have not empathized with him very much, because I don't agree with a lot of the way that he has treated a lot of people so far.
Yeah.
I don't like how he's played Casey. I don't like how he's treated Hannah.
Definitely not.
I actually don't even like how he's played Brooke. You know, I just don't think that that's a very admirable trait.
Yeah.
But now we see sort of this side of him. You never really know what a person's gone through,
right?
I guess is the whole point of it. And so I actually really like your point about that is that maybe we haven't seen the real Joao and that we're getting now to know him.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see more of this softer side.
Yeah, maybe Brooke's good for him. Maybe Brooke's like calming him down a little bit.
Yeah.
They're clearly...
She likes to fix him up.
She does. She does. I don't know. I have like... I empathize with that, wanting to like need to fix things kind of in relationships. Yeah. So... and then of course little Miss Jamie.
Poor Jamie.
Jamie, well, she's you know, she starts the episode, you can tell like something's, you know, kind of off and she's coughing a little bit, but she's still a trooper and she goes out on that catamaran and on the island and orders a shot of vodka, and it comes very interestingly.
Yes.
You guys are gonna have to check out the episode because there's a whole lot of things that I can't really talk about.
It's a little too phallic for the show.
It's a little too phallic for this show, but
they were having a good time.
It was fun. And like, it was fun to see the guys like picking on Colin a little bit. And he was a good sport about it. I don't know. The two of them just seem so laid back and easygoing and just like super chill. Like nothing really ruffles their feathers too much. So, but then Jamie progresses to get worse. It turns into the flu. So now we're a deckhand down. Yeah. Going into this next charter. So that's no bueno. And then finally, I just want to wrap up talking a little bit about Miss Hannah.
Yes, she definitely had an episode.
She did. She did. And I wonder if this is what she was alluding to when we interviewed her a couple weeks ago. She said, "Oh, just make sure that you remember that you said that you liked me because in a couple weeks, you know, it's going to hit the fan." And I don't know that I feel like this was a bad thing to be shown.
No, definitely not. I don't think she was portrayed in a negative way at all.
Not
it was,
at all.
Like you said, we're seeing the masks taken off of these quote unquote characters on this show. And that is just a large part of it. You know, she's having some real feelings for Conrad, which I actually enjoy seeing, like that, you know, Hannah doesn't have to pretend to be this strong woman. Like Adam even says, like, you're the strongest and, you know, bravest of us all. Like, you got this. But I mean, she's not infallible, you know? So.
Absolutely. Well, and then she's told us a couple of times about her past and how she has her abandonment issues with men in particular because she lost some men in her life at a very vulnerable age. Yeah. And to have those kind of deep rooted, just seeds of insecurity planted at such a young age, it makes a whole lot of sense why she now struggles with relationships. And she even said, you know, I either push them away or I run away or you're just a boy to play with or whatever. I don't get committed the minute that I want to get committed. I run.
So I wonder, because it felt like this came on after Conrad kind of questioned her about Joao and Brooke, saying, why can't you just let this go? You keep bringing it up. And that really seemed to spark this panic attack.
Right. And I think what it was, I think as this is just my zero medical degree, total opinion kind of situation. But as you're falling for someone and you're starting to get really close and you're starting to feel very vulnerable and like, you start to think about potentially losing that person. You start to think what's going to happen at the end of this charter season. Like, are you going to go your way? I'm going to go my way. Is this going to last? All of these feelings, I'm sure, start kicking up for her. And instead of confronting those feelings and saying, this is how I'm feeling, she sabotages herself. Yeah. She sabotages herself by picking little fights that don't really mean anything. And I think that's what that... even Conrad was like, this, like, you're like, let it wash over your head, like, be done, it's fine, like, you're okay. And she can't let it go. And I think it's a lot of it just so that she could have a reason to fight with Conrad.
Yeah.
And therefore, in turn, have a reason to leave and not be in a relationship.
Yeah, just sabotaging it. I thought it was nice, actually, to see Sandy and how she interacted with Hannah during that, because, I mean, we've discussed this before about how Sandy's, you know, been more of just I don't know what words you use. Tyrannical, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But anyways, she, you know, she thinks initially that Hannah is sick. And then when she finds out that it's anxiety, you know, she immediately asks, are you and Conrad okay?
Right.
And then, you know, she says that she is falling in love. And Sandy's like,
don't run from love.
Yeah. Don't you want to experience love? And I was like, wow, that is such a nice moment that was Sandy's initial reaction to it. Not like, why are you reacting this way?
Right.
You know, because she's been bothered by their relationship on the boat. So it was kind of nice to see, you know, this human interaction that, you know, it was just like, I care for you and I'm sympathetic towards what you're going through, you know?
Absolutely. I cannot speak personally to suffering from anxiety. I've maybe had like a panic attack in the past, but it's been very mild.
Yeah.
I haven't really experienced it, but I know that, just from friends that have gone through it, it is debilitating when it hits. Yeah. And I think being able to see that for the first time in someone so strong and so together a lot of the time, for me was heartbreaking because I was just like, oh my gosh, like it truly does. It's all encompassing. It's very debilitating. It just, and she even said, she was like, I thought I had this like under control. Yeah. I thought I, you know, knew how to handle this. And clearly I don't.
Right. Yeah. Dan Snow in the live chat, he totally agrees with you. He said, my heart breaks for Hannah since I've been a fan of her since season 1, episode 1.
I mean, truly.
It was hard to watch.
It was really, really hard to watch. And you just don't, again, you don't know what people are going through. You don't know, and also you don't know what's going to trigger it. Yeah. You know, so it just is, it was a really, really heartbreaking moment. And I really applaud Hannah for letting us in, and being vulnerable enough to put that part of yourself out into the world. I can only imagine the number of people that she's going to help by exposing this part of herself in this episode. So Hannah, kudos to you. Captain Sandy, kudos to you for knowing how to handle that situation, and Conrad and the rest of the crew. Yeah. Even Adam was there for her in a really lovely way. And so I really applaud, I applaud the way the whole thing was handled, because as it was a really heartbreaking moment and a really tough thing, I'm sure, to have to relive. I hope that she sees that she can come through it, and obviously in terms of raise awareness, help people, have a conversation about it. I just am a big fan.
Yeah. So. How to avoid those situations.
Yeah.
You know, how can we stop this from happening a second time, you know, or another time after?
Exactly.
Like, what are the triggers?
Exactly. And that being said, I do get a little concerned for her and Conrad's relationship.
Yes.
From here on out. So as much as I want them
it's the first little fissure in their relationship.
It is. But he handles her so well.
He really
handles
does.
her with such grace.
He's very, very mature.
Very mature. Yep. He really is. Conrad, he's just so lovely. He is so lovely. So, all right. Well, let's jump into a little bit of news.
Yes.
Shall we do that?
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right. There was a lot going on.
Oh my gosh,
on
so
Instagram last week.
First of all, guys, this has a little bit of a spoiler in it. A couple of little spoilers.
Yeah.
So just so you know, if you want to if you're one of those people that just likes to watch the episode and live in the episode in real time and don't follow Instagrams or Twitters and things like that, you may just want to duck out for a second, you know, go get some popcorn, come back. I'll give you a thumbs up and let you know that you're okay to hop back in.
Yeah, so Instagram has this really cool feature now where you can add on your little pictures, like ask me questions. And so Brooke and Joao and Hannah were all getting questions in. Yep. And we saw a lot of Joao and Brooke as a couple outside of this show. They are together.
A lot of Brooke and Joao.
Yes.
Look at the kissing.
Yeah, he says in one of his pictures that his worst fear is being he's gonna lose this girl, being afraid of losing this woman.
Yep. And it's recently April 23rd, 2018. So
she went to Zimbabwe, and someone asked, "Is it true that you went to Fort Lauderdale to visit Brooke?" And he said, "Yes."
I'm telling you,
they are in it to win it.
She's a princess, he says.
Yeah,
I love her for everything that she is. She's a princess.
Maybe what you said about her being good for Joao, maybe that's true. So far, we see that.
Which, hey, you know what? Good for them.
Yes,
young love. If it makes you happy. I just only hope that he treats her well.
Yeah, exactly. So to be continued on the Joao and Brooke front. And Brooke was also asked a question, are you and Colin in love? And she answered, we love each other as friends always. So they do have a cute little relationship.
Aww.
And Hannah reposted a picture of her and, this is the spoiler, her new boyfriend.
Yep.
Let's see, Isaac Humphries.
Yeah,
yes.
basketball player.
Yes. So they're also together.
Oh my gosh. I have so many spoilers, so many couples, so it makes me sad about, our little baby face bosun.
Yes.
But happy for Hannah.
Yeah.
If she's found love, then
right.
I really hope that they're happy. So, and then we have a little story about Miss Chrissy Teigen and John Legend.
Queen of Twitter.
So last week we had a moment where we discussed that Chrissy Teigen had run into Hannah at Nobu in Malibu and freaked out. I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I just met Hannah from Below Deck, basically the best show on Bravo, which we happen to agree.
Yep.
And anyway, apparently the Teigen legend Teigen,
so cute,
hopped on to their own version of Below Deck Med and made this little video. Oh my God.
So great.
Exciting and new.
Luke as your deckhand.
We're
excited.
you.
This is so good.
Yeah, for everyone watching,
Chrissy is your
we're seeing everyone in their position. And yachts, nice backdrop, scenic. Oh, someone just threw up.
Oh.
It floats
Second stew. It's just so fun.
A fun little video.
Below Deck Malibu is what they're calling it.
Now that's a true fan.
That is a true fan. I love that. I love Chrissy Teigen. I would love to hear your comments on this show as well.
I know Hannah loved that. She said the only thing that would be better via Twitter, she said this is amazing, but it would be better if I were there.
Oh, for sure.
And Conrad tweeted, this is brilliant. I just fangirled a little. Can't believe you watched the show.
Isn't that so fun?
Yeah.
It's so fun. I love that they all dressed up too, and they're like, and Chrissy's going around. There's one on Chrissy Teigen's I guess Twitter and the Instagram where she says, it's her and John Legend, and they have a selfie, and she's like, I'm the chief stew, and he goes, I'm the captain. She goes, no, you're the bosun. You got it wrong.
So I wonder if John Legend watches the show with her.
I would imagine he's probably not as huge of a fan, but
he's trying to get that EGOT.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So I think that is so fun that they are such big fans of the show. Yeah. All right. So that is all of our news for now. Let's chat about our way below deck moment of this episode. Okay.
Gosh, there was a lot of below deck moments, I feel like.
There were a lot of way below decks. Gosh.
I kind of want to say I mentioned this earlier about Joao and Brooke being, they on their day off and having fun together and paddleboarding and whatever.
Yeah.
And, everyone is naturally gossiping behind their back. But I'm kind of like, just let them have fun and do whatever they want. You guys are on this boat for a limited amount of time.
Right.
Try to stay positive and don't let it affect you, kind of what Conrad was saying to Hannah. So I feel like that's kind of my way below deck moment, is just all the hating and, let's just be positive. They're adults. They made their decision. So, and clearly it's working so far. So
that's true. And I guess you got to do.
Right. Because if it were me, I wouldn't want anyone saying all those things behind my back, whispering and, it's not a good look.
True. So Sky, just so that you know, our way below deck moment of the episode is our special segment that we like to do. When we have a guest, we play Naughty or Yachty. When we don't have a guest, we play way below deck. And that is just a moment that we are just like, something somebody said, something somebody wore, something that just kind of rubbed us the wrong way. And we're like, nah, that's way below deck.
Way below deck.
So that is if you got one, please let us know. I think my way below deck moment might be a throwback to last week, but they played it again on tonight's episode. And it was Colin's joke that he made to Brooke when he said, if I could rewrite the alphabet, I'd put you.
Oh, yes. His dad jokes. His pickup lines.
Which is totally a Colin move. But I was like, wah, wah.
Didn't pan out so well.
But I think if anybody's going to make a joke like that, it's going to be Colin. And he's the only one that can pull it off. So
and he delivers it well.
He does.
And then he can rap about it later.
That's right. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out his Instagram, then he does a rap recap of every episode. So Colin, we love your recaps as well. All right, let's wrap it up with some predictions.
Yes.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, so we can't talk. Let's not say any predictions about Hannah and Conrad because I think we've all kind of just like know where that ship is sailing. Yeah. Let's talk. Do you have any predictions?
Yeah.
For next week?
Well, it was part of what the sneak peek that we saw, but Sandy talks about not wanting the romances to go above deck or whatever in front of the guests. So I really think that Joao and Brooke are going to get caught doing something, even if it's just a kiss in front of the guests, which is going to be really unprofessional. And I just think Sandy is going to reach her limit in terms of all these boatmances.
Yep.
Which Adam, I don't know if he coined that term, but I like that. The boatmances.
Yes. I like that. So. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Sandy is going to flip her lid. We obviously see her. She threatens to fire Hannah. So.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I am going to say for my prediction that maybe there's a hookup with a guest involved.
Ooh. Yeah. Let's see that.
Maybe there's a hookup with a guest involved. Maybe Casey and a guest.
Yeah,
or
to try and get back at Joao.
I don't know.
Look what you're missing, Joao.
She might throw it out there, and that would give Miss Sandy some fuel for the fire.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just wishful thinking, but I think that'd be fun.
See.
So I don't know. We'll say a little.
No onion breath with them,
right?
So.
At least not next week. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Yes. We hope that you'll join us next Tuesday night for another great AfterBuzz recap. Until then, where can we find you?
Yes, I'm Heather Geisler, and you can find me at 500 Days of Heather.
I love it. And she has beautiful photos, guys. Go check them out because they're awesome.
Thank you.
I'm Laura L. Thomas. I just changed my Instagram, so you're going to get mad at me because I didn't give you the right one, but it's Laura Thomas Son is my new Instagram. Or you can just search Laura L. Thomas and I'll find you guys there. So
Yes.
Until then, we will see you guys next week. Have a great week. Thanks,
bye,
guys.
Everybody.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.